Hey everybody, I'm John from American Eagle Plumbing. Today we're going to be changing out expansion tanks and I'm going to show you how to do it and why it's important. The most important part of any project is having the right tools. Let's go get them. Now that we got the tools, now we need the expansion tank. I'm going to go ahead and show you why we're replacing it and what the important steps are to make it last forever. Expansion tanks have or are a two-part system. Underneath here there's a bladder where the water goes into, and when the water's turned on it fills up and expands. But on the opposite side it's filled with an air chamber, and there's a Schrader valve on the other side of this tank. So when a properly installed expansion tank has an equal amount of water pressure to air pressure, and that's easily identified by a sound, and you can go ahead and tap on the tank. So it's dull on this side and it's very hollow on the top side. So you can check your expansion tank by just tapping on it. An expansion tank fails when the inside rubber bladder ruptures and the whole chamber fills up with water, and we call that being waterlogged. And that's easily identified by the whole tank when you tap on it being very dull. Let's go ahead and check this one out. Where the sound inside that tank is very dull and it's the same. These fittings here are leaking, and that's easily identified by kind of this corrosion that's around this fitting, as well as all of this. Remove this insulation, but all of these mineral deposits. So this is calcification. So anytime you have a change of temperature or change of pressure, you're going to have calcium that precipitates out of the water, and this is what we're seeing, this oxidization. The very first step when replacing an expansion tank is turning the water off to the tank so you don't make a mess. Let's get that taken care of. It's easily identified on the right hand side of the water heater. Usually it's going to be a ball valve, and you can turn that to the right until it's a quarter turn. In order to not make a mess, we're going to drain about 6 inches of water out of the bottom of the tank so that all the cold water drains down, so when we remove our expansion tank it doesn't make a mess. Let's get that hose hooked up. Open up the drain valve and allow water to flow out for a couple minutes. We're only trying to get the water from the shutoff valve that we turned off up here to drain all that incoming water down to about this level of the tank, so when we take the tank off it doesn't spill out. When we're replacing an expansion tank, we need to know what the working water pressure is. We're going to check the water at the outside faucet to find out what that it is. The working water pressure at this house is about 70 psi. We need to be within 2 psi when we set the air pressure inside the tank. Out of the box, the expansion tanks come pre-charged with air, but it's never the same air pressure inside the tank as the working water pressure of the home. Let's go ahead and check the air pressure to see what we have to add. This expansion tank came pre-charged at 40 psi. The working water pressure is right around 70 psi. We got to add 30 pounds of air to make it balanced. Using a bike pump can easily pump that up and make up the difference of air. You can use the box that came in as a simple carrying case and just pump it up. Now that we're finished pumping it up, let's check the air pressure again. 68.5, that's right on the money. Now I got the expansion tank removed. It's very heavy and there's all kinds of water inside of it. That's how you know for sure that this was bad and no longer working. Just kidding. I already had it loose. I'm going to be taking this opportunity to replace this 90 as it's all calcified and gross. Let's do that right now. Last but not least is installing an expansion tank. We got the proper air into the top of the tank. We checked the water pressure. We've replaced the 90, and now is to put the tank on. That was easy. Just remember, turn the water back on to the water heater. Let that refill, open up a hot faucet inside and let all the air bleed out. Make sure your temperature, if you've changed that, is reset, and you're all good. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our videos. I'm John from American Eagle Plumbing. Be great.